Hello everyone and welcome to another simple solo match of the Street Fighter's miniature game using a very simple rule set for fighting against an AI controlled opponent that simulates in an easy way the nature of the bluffing, attacking, etc. Went into it in more detail in the previous video. During editing did catch a couple of mistakes I did with Ken, just missing some rules. That was just a result of talking and playing, you know how it is. So we'll try and get that right this time as well. As with last time, I'll be playing as Ken, this time starting on the right, doing hopefully everything right as if fighting a human opponent. This time the AI is going to be Chun-Li. She's got move 4, 24 health, so 1 less than what Ken starts at, and her ultimate is Kikosho, and obviously she has her own deck. Taking out all the defense cards, the ones that can be used as defense. Actually, I left in one type of her defense card just because it's still applicable. This is a case where you just use your own discretion for what you think works, because again, this is definitely not an in-depth way of having an AI opponent. It's supposed to be quick and easy. On that note, have your d6 ready, even if it's one that for whatever reason seems to roll 2 more than any other number. And yeah, we're going to get started. This time, rather than just taking the first turn, I'm going to roll the d6. On a 1 to 3, Chun-Li goes first. On a 4 to 6, I go first. Well, that is a 1, so Chun-Li will be going first. So even though Chun-Li is taking the first turn, what I do need to do first is draw my opening hand of 5 cards, which I shall show to you. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is. So, Ken's starting hand is going to have a Shoryuken, a Quick Hadouken, a Shoryurepa, a forward step kick, and a bait card. And again, we don't draw a hand for the AI with this simple system. We simply do a turn as follows because Chun-Li is taking her first turn. So she has move 4, but the way we do the AI is that it moves up to half, so she's going to move forwards 2, and then that leaves her the other 2 based on the attack she's going to do to cover for potentially being a strike or a projectile. It does give the AI a bit of an advantage, but hey, hopefully we'll win this time. No drawing cards on the first turn anyway beyond your starting hand, so Chun-Li is going to initiate an action and she's going to top draw, and now she is doing a thing. We don't know what the thing is other than it spins pretty coolly, so I could counter with a lot of different stuff actually. Chun-Li's got a nice mixture of projectiles and close combat as well, I think. So on that note, I'm just going to do a block to start with this one, I think. So let's turn this over, see what it is. She still has 2 bits of movement, remember. It's a range 1 to 3 head stomp. It's actually a special, which I could have countered with a lot of special rules. Poke, and if it's at the edge, +1 attack die at range 2. Well, again, this is a case where you would use your discretion. She would want to use the bonus. She has 2 bits of movement. That puts her at range 2. So that would apply. So she is rolling 3 attack dice normally. And then you get +1 attack die at being at range 2. After this attack resolves, place Chun-Li in a space adjacent to the defender if able. And I'll just be rolling my basic 2 defense dice. So her attack, I need to remind myself what poke does as well. Hang on. Poke is, if the attack deals 1 or more damage, discard 3 from the top of my deck, which is not good. So she gets 1 meter and does 3 damage. Ken blocks 1. Oof. Okay, so he blocked 1, he's taking 2 damage, putting him down to 23, and Chun-Li gains 1 meter, and then I lose, how many was it, 3 cards? Yep, discard 3 cards, 1, 2, 3. I guess we can look at what I lose. We've lost a bait, a thunder kick, and an Inazuma kick. Fair enough. So, she did damage, and she'll be placed adjacent. Let's place her here. Again, use your discretion. She'd want to try and do as much damage. There's scenery to get knocked into. And then she has another action. So her other action is top draw. She's now doing that attack. And we're in a bit of a worse way now. Do I want to block? Let's assume the probability of her getting a physical is possible. Oh, actually, sorry, there is a chance she could counter. No, there's not. You can't combo off of that. Never mind. I'm going to guess that she'll draw a strike, so I'm going to counter with a strike. And she is doing a strike. It was a palm strike. So I have now countered, so we do the text here. Place your character in a space adjacent to the attacker and then throw them 2 spaces, then draw 1 card. I will go up here, and I shall throw her that way into the rock here. So I draw a card, and I've drawn another Thunder Kick, so that's just in my hand. She does no damage to me, and also she would take 1 damage from being chucked into the rock, so she's down to 23. And that is, I think that's everything covered, because none of her Palm Strike processes. Yep, okay, we're on to Ken's first turn. So let's try and stay focused on the action. Drawing 2 cards though, I have drawn a Quick Hadouken, and... because it's... oh wait, no, this is my first turn, we don't draw those yet. I was forgetting I didn't take first turn. Pretend you didn't see that. So actually we're just using the cards in our hand. We can't do any that use meter because we don't have any. Let's see, we've got a Quick Hadouken. I have nothing I can combo, which is a shame. But we're going to open with a Quick Hadouken, which is range 1 to 3. She's currently at range 3, which means we're getting +1 attack die. We have to see how she's going to counter, so we're rolling the d6. A 1 means not only is she defending, but she's theoretically burning a defense card. So Chun-Li is getting 4 defense dice. We'll come around here for a second. So she's getting 4 dice to defend against this, which is very bad luck for me. But Ken is rolling 3 attack dice because he's at the edge of the projectile range. So Ken's attack. Is that in view? Yes, it is. He's getting 2 meter and 2 damage. Chun-Li easily blocks all the damage. Oof. Okay, well, on the plus side, getting 2 meter isn't bad. So he's up to... well, again, because the meter doesn't have a 0 on it, I'm just counting that they start with 1 meter. Because why not? So, that was a bust. What else can Ken do? She's now too far away for him to do anything. You know, for his other action, he's going to waste it to... well, not waste it. He's going to use it to draw 2 cards. So I drew another Quick Hadouken, which I know wasn't in focus there, apologies, and a Shoulder Throw. But that is sadly all he was able to do with his turn. So Chun-Li is going to move because we skipped the draw phase for AI, and then we top draw her card. She is now doing a thing. We don't know what it is, but let's see. What is it likely to be? I'm going to say she's going to do another strike, and I'm going to try and counter it. So we're going to try and counter a strike. It's a special. Oh, I could have blocked that as well. Alright, so we're not getting any defense dice. What is this? This is 2 attack dice at range 1, lightning legs, stun 1. You may return 1 card to your hand from the top of your deck, then discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards from the top of your deck. Get +1 attack die for each attack discarded in this way with kick in its name. So sadly that is a card that's difficult to do with this way we're doing the AI. So we'll just do the basic. So it's 2 at range 1 with stun 1, and that means that if it deals 1 or more damage, I have to discard a card for the 1. And no block, because I tried to counter and failed. So she is hitting me for 1 damage. So I lose a card at random. I shall just prove that it's random. We're going to lose that card, which is the bait. That's not so bad, I guess. There's more in the deck anyway. So we lose that card. Ken goes down to 22 HP. Already not looking good. And that was our first attack. And it can be comboed, so we draw a card and see if it combos. Almost. So that's going to get shuffled back into the deck in a second during a cut. But in the meantime, she'll go on to another action that gets discarded. This gets discarded. And she's doing another thing. This time I'm just going to block. It is a strike with throw 1, so because it has throw I don't get to do defense dice, I believe. So she's just rolling 2 damage, and if she succeeds she gets to throw me. This is going horribly. She did 1 damage, and then she also gets to throw. She's going to throw him for the benefit of the camera into this stone, so he's actually taking 2 damage. At least more of the stage is getting wrecked this time. Putting him at 20 HP. Oh dear, oh dear. Was there anything else on the card? No, there was not. Chun-Li is beating Ken up. Alright, this is a turn where Ken actually needs to do something. So we pulled a Quick Hadouken, and for a second draw card, another Shoryuken. And there's something we can do here. So we're going to open with a strike in the form of a throw, and we have to see what the AI does, as I accidentally knocked that. That tree is the bane of my existence. Okay, apparently this die just wants to roll 1s all the time this time. So she's doing a super block again, so she's getting 4 block dice against 2 attack dice. Oh no wait, but hang on, it has throw though, so doesn't that counteract it? Hang on, let me read. If the attack deals 1 or more damage, the attacker... Oh no, it doesn't negate defense dice at all, I was wrong. So actually I should have got defense dice against that last attack. It must be confusing, it was something else. Huh, well, too late now. She's super blocking, 4 dice against 2 dice. If she blocks this fully, it ruins all my plans. Ken is hitting for 2 damage. She blocked 3, so it did no damage. I had a combo ready to go. An actual combo for a change, and it's not it's not possible. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Well, let's see how she handles this. We're going to do for our other actual action a Shoryuken, which is now actually visible. We're not going to boost it. Actually, no, you know what? I will boost it. I'll use 1 meter to boost it because we need to make back some ground. So we're down to 2 meter, and that means it's a 4 dice attack. How is she reacting to it? What? This dice is cursed. It's another 1. Now technically at this point it's almost like this is not statistical for how many defense cards are in a standard 40 card deck, but that's the way it goes if you're doing things simply by just rolling a die to decide what they're doing. It's 4 defense dice then against 4 attack dice. Ken's attack dice roll. That's good. That is 4. He doesn't get the meter because he's using meter. And her defense roll, she blocked 2 and got 1 meter. So she took 2 damage and got 1 meter. She's down to 21. She went up to 3 meter. Not exactly the bombastic turn I was hoping for that would turn things around for Ken. But hey. So if this alien's dice keeps on rolling 1s, I'm going to have to put in a little stipulation for these AI rolls that you have to make sure the d6 you choose to use is not cursed. But anyway, Chun-Li's turn. She doesn't need to move, she's point blank, so again, we're just top decking whatever she's going to do, and I have to decide if I want to try and counter it. I'm going to try and counter it. I'm a fool to myself. I'm going to say it's a projectile. I'm going to try and counter it with a quick Hadouken. It is a projectile, it was a Kikoken. Okay, so we have actually countered it. If within range 3, yeah, they take 2 unblockable damage, and you place your character in a space adjacent to them. Okay, well in that case, I want to come down here, and she takes 2 unblockable? Yeah, 2 unblockable, that's more like it. That puts her at 19, and we successfully countered her, so those cards disappear. And then for her other action, she will again top deck a card. Now, what's the chances of me guessing right twice? I have no block dice cards drawn yet. I think I want these cards I'm holding on to. Yeah, we're going to block. Standard block, and she is doing a Kirinshu. Oh no, it's got throw on it. So she is getting swap spaces with the defender before throwing them, but the throw doesn't kick in unless it does damage. So she is getting 2 attack dice versus my 2 defense dice. We'll get these other dice out of the way. Here is, we'll roll her attack first. She's doing 2. Come on, block it, Ken, block it. He blocked it! Ken blocked it. It did no damage, so the throw doesn't kick in, and neither does the swap, because that would have just been, he would have just got chucked into the tree there. That would have been awful. Either way, that's good. That means Chun-Li didn't do anything to us that turn, and now things can turn around. Let's see what we draw for Ken. We have drawn a rushdown action. Move him up to 4 spaces. If he ends his move adjacent to the opposing character, resolve a 3 dice attack against them. It may be blocked as normal, but may not be countered. It can also be used as a defense card, finally. And then we also drew a Hurricane Kick. Now, can we use that? We can use that. Alright, let's actually try and do a combo again and hope that the AI doesn't counter me. We're going to open with a quick Hadouken projectile. At point blank range, it gets 1 extra attack die. How does the AI respond? Do not roll a 1. A 5. So they're going to try and counter, which is also potentially bad. The counter that Chun-Li tries to use is a special. Not good enough. That disappears, which was a spinning bird kick, and we carry on as normal. So I'm going to have to come around the other side of the camera again to read this text. So, we just get our 2 dice plus 1 for being at range 1. So this is our basic attack. And we get 1 meter, and That puts us at 3 meter again. And Chun-Li takes 2 damage, putting her down to 17. And let's see, if this attack deals damage, we can move Ken up to 2 spaces. Do I want to move him? No, I don't, because we're going to combo rather. So from Quick Hadoken, you'll see it has the, like, it can be comboed into by the green pip. This has got the yellow pip. So we're going to do a combo into Hurricane Kick, which again, I think you only need to match one of the colours, you don't need to match both. And it's a special. She only gets to block because of it being a combo. This attack gets +1 die for each space the defender was moved because it's got charge 2 on it. That's 1, and presumably that's 2 into the tree. I believe the tree does get broken by that. So, I guess we roll the AI dice to see if she gets a super block. She does not, so it's just a normal block. So that is, it's a base 2 damage. She got moved 2, so it's 2 more. And I'm automatically taking off 1 health because she smashed into the tree, so that puts her at 16. She gets her 2 defense dice. Anything else on it? No. Attack dice roll. Ken is doing 3 and got 1 meter. And Chun-Li is blocking 0. That's more like it. So there's 1, 2, 3, putting her at 13. And his meter goes up to 4. Now, can I combo anything onto that? Because I think you can keep going as long as there's pips, and there is a yellow pip. No, I've only got a red. Good enough, I think, though. Yeah, good enough. Take that, Chun-Li. Oh, I'm forgetting that was only 1 action, because it was a combo. So I actually do still have another action. Well, in that case, how much meter have we got? We've got 4 meter. Sure, let's use that 4 meter on a Shoyu Rippa for our other action as a super plus knockback 1. It needs 4 meter, so we don't get meter on it. The defender can only use boost dice. Let's see if they can on a roll of a 1. Nope. And then let's see. Count meters as hits for this. Okay, so that is 4 attack. She doesn't get to block it. The meter counts as hits. No meter anyway. So that is 4 damage. I only have 2 cards left in my hand, but that does put her at 9 HP. So all of a sudden, like, things were looking super bad for me at the start of the match, but just like that, we've actually managed to turn things around pretty severely with a fantastic turn. So it is a little annoying they're fighting up there in the corner, but it is Chun-Li's turn. She is going to attack, and I am just going to block because I don't have 2 cards left in my hand. One of them is a defense one, but I think we can afford to take a couple hits now. She is doing, it was a bait. Play this as a face down attack if the defender blocks, which I did. Discard other block dice, gain 2 meter and move them 1 space. Just move Ken back there. So she gains 2 meter, that puts her at 5 meter. And then what else? Don't cause collisions with movement, that's it. So that was her first action. Then her second action is again face up a card. I'm just going to block again. It is a spinning bird kick charge 2. So she's going 1 and then she pushes me and goes 2 more. The attacker gets +1 attack die for each space the defender was moved. So it becomes a 3 dice attack versus 2 defense. This is the attack roll. That would be a pretty good 3. And then Ken's block. Ken actually blocked 2. So he took 1 damage, putting him at 19. Just like that. Now, there is no opportunity to combo off of spinning bird kick because that's meant to be a combo finisher more or less. So that's her Chun-Li. No, that's Chun-Li's turn. Alright, dramatic change of angle later. Let's draw Ken's 2 cards. First one is a Shoryuken. The second one is Ken's Huge Ego event card. Okay, we could go quite hard here. Do we want to though? 3. Let's see. Yeah, let's play Ken's Huge Ego. It's a free action, so it doesn't take up one of his actions. The next attack card I play this turn deals 2 or more damage. it deals 2 additional. Oh, sorry. If it deals 2 or more damage, it deals an additional 2 damage, and I draw a card. If it deals less than 2 damage, discard 2 of my cards, which would actually leave me with a empty hand. So then we're going to do a Shoryuken. Face up, for your benefit, a Shoryuken, a 3 attack dice. We have no meter to charge it with. We push Chun-Li 1, so she's back up there again. How does she respond? That is trying to counter it. It's a special, so this is not good. Let's put this where you can actually see it. Her counter is... oh, it's a special. She did actually counter it. That's unexpected. Place your character in a space adjacent to the attacker, deal 2 unblockable damage, then draw a card. Drawing a card won't work for the AI. However, did it say place her adjacent? Yeah, okay, let's get her side on. And did 2 unblockable damage to Ken. Fine. That would be down to 17. And I didn't deal... well, I didn't do any damage because she countered me, so I guess Ken's huge ego, I have to discard 2 cards. So I had 2 cards in my hand. Goodbye to them, I guess. And then for my other action this turn, I'm just going to draw 2 cards because I've got nothing. So we pulled a Fierce Hadoken, and we pulled the Rich Kid, which is an event we haven't seen. It's a free action. Return 1 non-super card from your discard pile to your hand. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 2 of them on top in any order. Or we could use it for defense as well. Yeah, not exactly a great turn there. Alright, Chun-Li is up. She's already in range, so we go straight to top decking a card. And I'm just going to block. So it is a bait. So I blocked, so she gains 2 meter, which puts her at 7, which is not good. Look at her always yawning. Can move Ken 1 space. Doesn't really need to, so we'll just keep that as is. Go straight to her next top decking. She's only got 1 bait left in the deck, I think. She has 3 or 4 in total. Let's see. I'm just going to block again. It is a Lightning Leg with Stun 1. It's a special. She's got a lot of specials. It can be boosted, but she's so close to her ult. Again, this is where you would just use your discretion. She'd want to wait for her ultra, so we're not going to boost it. It's just going to be 2 attack dice with Stun 1. Ken is blocking with 2 attack dice as well, so this is the attack roll, which is nothing, so it doesn't matter what Ken would roll. They both gain 1 meter, so there is that, which actually also puts her at 8, which means I'm going to need to read what her ult is, because she's about to do it. Alright, I've taken a look at Chun-Li's ult, Kikosho. It's a 7-die attack. That means Ken really wants to try and kill her this turn so he doesn't get hit by it, because that was her 2 actions, so she can't do it that turn, because using your ult is an action. She's got 9 HP though, and that's very unlikely to be possible. Ken drew a Inazuma Kick, and also drew a Fierce Hadoken. Can we get a combo going? Yes, actually. Partially. Well, we draw and then we get our free move. He's going to move backwards 1. And then he's going to do a projectile, a Fierce Hadoken on Chun-Li. How is the AI reacting? Stop rolling once! She's going to do a 4-die block against a 3-die projectile. We're not at range 5, so we don't get to add 1 die. So this is the attack roll. The attack roll is 3. The defense roll is 1 and also 2 meter, which is nice. So that puts her at 9 meter, but then she also took 2 damage, putting her at 7 remaining. We're getting there. And we're going to combo it immediately after. We're going to combo it into another Fierce Hadoken at the exact same range. Does she super block it? Stop rolling. What is this? What is this alien dice? Fine, okay, so it's the exact same roll again. Her defense roll, we're rolling first for a change. She gets 1 meter and blocks 1, and Ken is doing 1 meter and 3 damage. That's okay. So she's at 10 meter, she blocked 1, so she's taken 2, leaving her at 5, and Ken gets 1 meter, putting him back at 1 because he spent it all on boosting, or on the Shoyu Reppa. Now that was only his first action, because that was a combo. and the combo is done. Now again, you shouldn't be rolling this many ones, so yes, this is more block cards than an average player would certainly have, let alone use in the order in which they're used. This is where the simple AI falls apart a little bit. It makes it interesting though, you can't deny that. So my other action... I don't think I'm just going to draw cards, I think, because there's no way to avoid getting smacked by the Ultra. We just have to take it and hope for the best. So his other action is going to be to draw 2 cards. It is the final Shoryuken, I think, and Violent Hado, which is another defense card potentially, but we're about to get hurt real bad. So this is where the pain begins. She has 10 meter, she's using 8 of it to immediately as her first action. She doesn't need to move to use it, it's range 1-2. Kikosho, so let me just bring this over here. 7 attack dice, so 2, 4, 6, 7 attack dice. You may spend 8 meter to use his attack as a combo action when you deal damage with rear spin kick. We're not going to worry about that part. It's got knockback 2, and presumably you can block as normal with it, so I'm going to super block it for sure. I'm going to discard the rich kid to get extra defense dice against this. So that's discarded, just put it in the discard pile, so Ken will have to roll after she's rolled because I don't have enough dice with the game. Here's the attack roll. Oof. Okay, so that's... oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's pretty good, I would say. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 damage. 7 damage. And Ken blocked 2. So he took 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on 11 HP. That is a very, very hurty attack. And worst of all, that was only her first action. She still gets to do something else, which is just top decking a card, because again she can attack and close the distance if she wants. So she's doing something. I'm going to guess... you know what, I'm not going to guess anything. I'm going to burn another defense card. I'm getting 4 defense dice. Against Spinning Bird Kick. She charges 2, so 1, and then she pushes me against the side, so I believe that damage goes through. She's getting 2 dice, and she moved me by nothing because I hit the edge of the map. So her attack is 4, and Ken's defense, he actually blocked 2. So in total he took 3, assuming the damage from the side of the wall counts, which again I'm not 100% on, but we're saying that it does. That puts him at 8 HP. But now we have a chance to finish this. Alright, we're zoomed in. This is super important. We have to do 5 damage this turn to defeat Chun-Li, so I don't have a losing streak going against AI here. Our 2 draws are a Fierce Hadoken and a forward step kick, which is fine, but that's not what I have in mind for what we're doing. We're going to start with an Inazuma kick. So, that has poke on it, and it's a 3 dice attack, point blank. How does the AI respond? She's going to try and counter it. I really, really don't want her to counter this. She countered it. Place your character in a space adjacent to the attacker and then throw them 2 spaces and draw a card. Throw them 2 spaces. Let's throw Ken 1, 2. Throw him over there. There's nothing to contact damage with. We're going to have to do in-camera editing, by which I mean I'm going to shift the camera this way a little bit. So that ruined my plan. That ruined it because I was going to link that into a Shoryuken, and between the 2 attacks that would be 6 dice. 3 and 3, which probably would have been enough to do the job. Well, there is a plan B. There is a plan B. So for other action, forward step kick with stun 1. At range 1 it would have got an extra attack. We're not at range 1. What can you do? How is the AI reacting? She is trying to counter. Don't you dare. She did not. It's a special. That just gets discarded. And we do this thing. 3 attack dice. 3 attack dice going straight through. We get 1 meter. And she takes 2 damage. She has 3 left. 3 left. Now, hang on. What does stun do again? Is that something we can do to the AI? Must discard random cards, so no, against the AI this would not work. However, forward step kick has a potential blue link. We're going to link it into Fierce Hadouken, which also has a blue link, so we're comboing. Is she super blocking? Nope, just normal blocking. And that is 3 attack dice. Just 3 attack dice. That's 3 plus a meter, and her block dice. She blocked 2. So she took 1, leaving her on 2 HP. We got meter, so we're up to 3. So that means Chun-Li gets another turn. Alright, we just have to weather this storm and I can easily beat her. We just need to do 2 damage. Her first action, well, she's going to move up, and then she's playing a card right here. Don't know what it is yet. I only have 1 card in my hand, and it's a Shoryuken, and it's a special. She's got a lot of specials in her deck, but a lot of them are already gone. I'm going to block. I'm blocking. It's a strike, it's a rear spin kick. If this attack deals damage, move Chun-Li 1 space if able. So you have to then. You have to move her backwards afterwards. It doesn't say you can, you must. So 2 attack dice versus 2 defense dice. Attack dice. She's dealing 3. Defense dice. Blocking 1. So Ken is taking 1 damage. Or 2 damage, was it? Sorry, no, she did 3 and he blocked 1. Yeah, 2 damage. 1, 2. He's got 6 health left. He got 1 meter, putting him back at 4, which is potentially good. It can combo, so we draw a card and see if it combos. It does not, so I'll get shuffled back in. And then we go straight to her other action, which I am just going to block as well, I think. So just going to draw it. Oh, I could have countered it. It's a head stomp at range 1 to 3. After this attack is... Oh, sorry, yes, we had to move her after that last attack, so she's 1 away, but it's still in range because it's 1 to 3. Her 3 attack dice. 2 plus a meter. Ken's defense dice. We blocked 1 plus a meter. Okay, let's process all this. So he took 1 damage, putting him at 5. He gained a meter, putting him at 5. That's easy to remember, 5 and 5. And then Chun-Li got a meter, which put her back up to 3. Because she spent 8 on her ult. Okay, it also has poke, which means I lose the top 3 cards of my remaining cards. So 1, 2, 3, and just so I don't need to zoom out, trust that I did this. I lost a bait, a Shoryuken, and a hurricane kick. And after this attack is resolved, place Chun-Li in a space adjacent to the defender if able. More than able. So we're going to lose if I don't beat Chun-Li in this next turn. I have nothing but a Shoryuken in my hand. Let's see what we draw for our 2 cards. Something to fight for, that could be promising. It's a free action. The next card you play this turn gets +2 attack dice and stun 1. If the attack is blocked, it still deals 2 unblockable damage. We just won. We literally just top decked a win. The other card was a hurricane kick, but whatever. We're playing something to fight for, so it's in effect. So we get +2 attack dice and stun 1. Even if it doesn't do damage, it still does 2 unblockable damage. And we'll do a hurricane kick. Sure. Hurricane kick. So we see how the AI reacts. That's a block without boost. She's getting pushed for 2, unfortunately, so that's 1, 2 typically. So in camera editing, shuffle along here. She got pushed 2, so it would become a 4 because she got pushed for 2, so it actually becomes a 6, and she's blocking 2. So unless this is a massive whiff, we've definitely won. It's not a massive whiff. It's 4. The most she can block is 2, which she blocked 1 of, but we have indeed defeated Chun-Li. Oof. And finally, I have managed to defeat the AI. So even though we top decked a win because it would deal exactly enough damage that Chun-Li had, we technically didn't need something to fight for. So if you're trying this simple solo AI thing I've thought up, and you think it's fairer that you also don't have any event cards, because you're basically taking away most if not all the event cards the AI has, because like for instance here's Chun-Li's, the events are all the block cards. Although again, I did leave one of hers in because it felt like the AI mode worked with it. Let me just take a quick look at what was left in her deck, because we didn't draw one. Where is it? I was sure oh, there we go. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, it is. There it is. I left the wall jumps in because they are response types, which means it still works in the AI system. So I would say as a little asterisk to removing all the defense type cards, if they're responses, leave them in because they still work with the solo simple AI system. But yeah, I'm glad that despite being a very basic thing to work out how an AI reacts to you playing this game, it works for like creating close battles. I know this is only the second one I've bunged on the channel. I played a couple of full matches between Ken and Ryo off camera as well, and those were also close. So it works surprisingly well, although for a while there when the match first started I thought it was going to be an absolute stomp because Chun-Li was just beating Ken up and throwing him into rocks and trees and everything else. Apologies in advance for anything I may have missed, like the rows on the cards. It happens when you're talking and recording. But that was fun, I enjoyed that, and I'm eager next time to try someone else other than Ken. Try a different deck. Maybe Chun-Li. Chun-Li's deck seems interesting. She's very special focused, which is odd. Because Ken's basically just got his Shoryukens. And if you want to see someone in particular be used, you can let me know in the comments. As is though, since I'm enjoying this, I might end up recording another one in advance of any of them even going live yet. So if it looks like I'm not responding to feedback, it's just because of a delay in getting the videos posted. We'll see. It's fun. I'm surprised at how well the simple system works. On that note, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more, please do show your support. And hopefully, see you again in the future. Ta-ta for now.